Hi, I'm Chandrika Jairam from the Evolved Room. Have you ever struggled with stress, overthinking, anxiety, negative thinking, or repeating the same emotional patterns? This video might completely change the way you look at meditation because meditation isn't simply relaxing, it's actually brain training. Let's explore what happens inside your brain when you meditate. Let's begin. Have you ever noticed that even when you are sitting quietly, your mind just won't stop? You're worrying about the future, replaying the past, planning your next task, comparing yourself to others, or imagining what might happen next. This constant mental chatter is completely normal. In fact, your brain is naturally wired to do this. Neuroscientists call it the default mode network or DMN. It's a network in your brain that becomes active whenever your mind is wandering instead of focusing on the present moment. When the DMN is overactive, it can keep you stuck in overthinking, rumination, self criticism, and repetitive negative thoughts. Imagine your brain as a busy highway filled with non stop traffic. Every worry, every memory, and every prediction adds another vehicle to the road, making your mind feel overwhelmed and exhausted. But here's the good news: meditation acts like a traffic controller for your brain. It gently quiets the mental noise, helping you move from chaos to clarity. And that's where real transformation begins. Now let's see what happens inside your brain the moment you begin meditating. As you gently bring your attention to your breath, something remarkable starts to happen. Your breathing naturally becomes slower and deeper. Your heart rate begins to decrease, sending a signal to your brain that you are safe. As this happens, your body starts producing fewer stress hormones like cortisol. The constant state of alertness begins to fade. Your nervous system shifts from fight or flight, the mode that prepares you to deal with danger, to the rest and digest, the state where your body can relax, heal, and recover. It's almost as if your brain turns down the volume of all the mental noise. The racing thoughts begins to slow, your mind feels lighter, and a sense of calm starts to emerge. This change does not require hours of meditation. It begins with something as simple as paying attention to your breath. And this is just the beginning. With regular practice, these small changes can grow into lasting changes in the way your brain functions and how you experience life every day. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful changes meditation creates in your brain. Deep inside your brain is a small almond shaped structure called the amygdala. Think of it as your brain's alarm system. Its job is to detect danger and protect you. But in today's world, your amygdala doesn't just react to real threats. It can also be triggered by stressful emails, traffic, arguments, deadlines, or even negative thoughts. When it's constantly switched on, you may feel more anxious, fearful, irritable, or emotionally reactive. Here's where meditation makes a difference. Research suggests that with regular meditation, the amygdala becomes less reactive. It doesn't mean you will stop feeling emotion, it means you stop being controlled by them. Instead of reacting immediately, you react a small but powerful pause between what happens and how you respond. Over time, that pause helps you stay calmer, think more clearly, and handle life's challenges with greater emotional balance. In simple words, meditation doesn't remove stress from your life. It trains your brain to respond to stress with calm instead of panic. Now let's move to the most powerful part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. Think of it as your brain CEO. It's responsible for making decisions, staying focused, planning ahead, controlling impulses, and regulating your emotions. When you're stressed, overwhelmed, or emotionally triggered, this part of your brain doesn't work at its best. That's why we often make impulsive decisions or react without thinking. But here's the exciting part. Research show that regular meditation strengthens the brain networks connected to the prefrontal cortex. The more you meditate, the better your brain becomes at pausing before reacting. You begin to think more clearly, stay focused for longer, make wiser decisions, and respond to challenges with greater calm and self control. It's not that life becomes less stressful, it's that you become mentally stronger. In other words, meditation helps shift your brain from reacting on autopilot to responding with awareness. And that's one of the greatest gifts meditation can offer, a calmer mind, clearer thinking, and better choices, one breath at a time. Now, let's look at another incredible part of your brain, the hippocampus. Think of hippocampus as your brain's learning and memory center. It's responsible for helping you learn new things, store memories, and maintain emotional balance. But there's a problem. When you are under chronic stress, your body produces high levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Over time, too much cortisol can affect how well the hippocampus functions, making it harder to concentrate, remember information, and manage your emotions. Here's the good news. Research suggests that regular meditation is associated with increased gray matter density in the hippocampus. In simple words, meditation helps supports this important part of your brain, making it stronger and healthier over time. Imagine your brain as a library. Every new experience is like adding a new book. A healthy hippocampus helps organize those books, making it easier to learn, remember, and respond with emotional balance. So every time you meditate, you're not just relaxing, you're helping your brain build a stronger foundation for learning, memory, and a calmer and more balanced life. Now, here's where meditation becomes truly life changing. Every thought you repeat, every emotion you revisit, and every habit you practice strengthens a new neural pathway in your brain. It's like walking the same path through a forest. The more you use it, the clearer and stronger it becomes. That's why negative thinking, overthinking, or self doubt can start to feel automatic. Your brain simply follows the path it knows best. But meditation interrupts that autopilot. Instead of reacting instantly, you begin to notice your thoughts. you pause, you breathe, and in that small pause, you gain the power to choose a different response. Each time you make that conscious choice, your brain starts building a new neural pathway through a process called neuroplasticity. These healthier pathways become stronger with repeated practice, while the old ones gradually weaken. You may not notice the change overnight, but every meditation session is laying another brick on the new pathway, one that leads to greater calm, clarity, and emotional freedom. Remember, you don't change your life in a single day. You change it one neural pathway at a time. Have you ever wondered why you feel so different after meditating? The answer lies in your brain waves. When you're busy working, worrying, overthinking, or constantly solving problems, your brain is mostly operating in beta waves. This is your normal waking state, but if it stays there for too long, it can leave you feel stressed and mentally exhausted. As you begin to meditate, your brain gradually shifts into alpha waves. This is a state of relaxed awareness where your mind becomes calmer, your focus improves, and you feel more present. As your meditation deepens, theta waves become more active. This state is linked to deep relaxation, creativity, self reflection, and emotional healing. It's where many people experience powerful insights and a deep sense of inner peace. Some experienced meditators also show increased gamma wave activity during advanced meditation. Gamma waves have been associated with heightened attention, learning, and expanded awareness. In simple words, meditation changes the rhythm of your brain from a busy, noisy mind to a calm, focused, and deeply aware one. And that shift is one of the reasons meditation feels so transformative. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest reasons meditations makes you feel so much better. It helps reduce your stress hormones. When you're constantly worried, overwhelmed, or under pressure, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. In small amounts, cortisol is helpful because it prepares you to deal with challenges. But when stress becomes constant, high cortisol levels can affect both your mind and your body. This is where meditation becomes incredibly powerful. With regular practice, your brain and body begins to produce less cortisol over time. As your stress level decreases, your heart doesn't have to work so hard. Your blood pressure may improve, and many people find they sleep more deeply and wake up feeling refreshed. Lower stress levels can also support a healthier immune system, reduce anxiety, and help you feel more emotionally balanced throughout the day. Think of it like this: stress is like a dark cloud covering your mind. Meditation doesn't make life challenges disappear, but it helps those clouds slowly drift away, allowing clarity, calm, and peace to shine through. That's why every meditation session is not just relaxing, it gives your brain and body a chance to heal from the inside out. One of the biggest reasons people give up on meditation is because they say, I don't feel anything. But here's the truth: Your brain doesn't change in a single session. Think about going to the gym. If you lift weights just once, you don't expect to build strong muscle overnight. Real strength comes from showing up again and again. Meditation works exactly the same way. Every time you sit down to meditate, you're training your brain. You're strengthening new neural pathways, improving your focus, and teaching your mind to respond with calm instead of reacting automatically. The changes are small at first, almost invisible, but each session builds on the last, and over time, those small improvements become powerful transformations. The key isn't perfection, the key is consistency. So, don't meditate because you're expecting instant results. Meditate because every single session is an investment in the future version of yourself. Remember, one meditation session plants the seed. Consistent practice is what transforms your brain and ultimately transforms your life. We have just explored something very incredible. Science tells us that your brain is not fixed, it is constantly changing. Every thought you think, every emotion you repeat, every habit you practice is shaping the brain you will have tomorrow. So, the real question isn't, is your brain changing? Because it already is. The real question is, are you changing it consciously, or are your old patterns choosing your future for you? For many of us, life runs on autopilot. We react before we think. We worry before anything has happened. We replay old memories. We expect the future to look like the past. But meditation gently interrupts that cycle. It creates a small space between a thought and your response. And in that tiny space, your freedom begins. Meditation isn't about escaping reality, it's about stopping your thoughts. It's about training your brain to observe your thoughts instead of becoming them. Every time you choose awareness over reaction, every time you return your attention to your breath, you're strengthening a healthier brain, a calmer brain, a more focused brain, a more resilient brain. Transformation doesn't happen in a single day. It happens one breath, one meditation, and one conscious time at a time. So, before you leave, I would like to invite you to experience this for yourself. Let's spend the next 2 minutes giving your brain exactly what it needs. Find a comfortable position. Sit with your spine gently straight. Rest your hands wherever they feel relaxed. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it gently. Now slowly breathe out through your mouth. Again, breathe in. Feel your lungs filling with fresh, calm energy. Hold and slowly breathe out. Allow your shoulders to soften. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Let your body become still. Now simply notice your breathing. You don't have to change it. Just observe it. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. Feel the warm air as you breathe out. If thoughts appear, that's perfectly okay. Don't fight them. Don't judge them. Don't try to stop them. Imagine they are clouds floating across a beautiful blue sky. Notice them and gently let them pass. Now, bring your attention back to your breath. With every inhale, you silently say to yourself, I am calm. With every exhale, you say, I let go. Again, I am calm. I let go. Feel your mind becoming quieter. Feel your body becoming lighter. Imagine a warm golden light surrounding your body, relaxing every thought, calming every emotion, creating new pathways of peace, clarity, and balance. Take one final deep breath in, hold gently, and slowly breathe out. When you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers, move your shoulders, and slowly open your eyes. Remember, every time you meditate, you're not just relaxing, you're training your brain to create a healthier, happier, and more peaceful life. Thank you for meditating with me today. Until next time, keep evolving one mindful breath at a time.